Welcome once again to the Stateless Standard, where we peel back the velvet curtain on the machinery of empire, revealing not heroes, but architects of our gilded cages. Today, we dissect a dynasty so entwined with the sinews of power that to name it is to invoke suspicion, the Rothschilds. From the fetid alleys of a Jewish ghetto to the war rooms of Europe, theirs is a tale of ascent, not through divine right but the basest alchemy of gold and guile. We will trace their improbable rise, their orchestration of chaos for coin, and the enduring web they spun across continents. This is no fairy tale of bootstraps. It's a masterclass in how family loyalty and ruthless opportunism can puppeteer kings and republics alike. If the illusion of sovereign finance still comforts you, prepare for disillusionment. Like if you're ready to audit the auditors, subscribe to arm yourself against the ledger's lies, and let us commence this audit of avarice. Our chronicle begins not in opulent salons, but in the squalor of Frankfurt's Judengasse, the 18th century Jewish ghetto, a warren of decay where opportunity was as scarce as sunlight. Meyer Amschel Rothschild, born in 1744 to a modest family of traders, could neither own land nor till soil by decree of Prussian prejudice. Textiles were his inheritance, peddling second-hand rags amid heaps of soiled goods, barred from nobler trades like arms or silk. Yet Meyer's discontent fermented into cunning. By his 20s, he pivoted to rarer wares, gold coins, antiques, fields where margins fattened like ticks on a hound. His epiphany arrived via patronage. As courtier to the extravagant Prince William of Hesse-Kassel, Meyer became a conduit for princely indulgences. When William craved gold, Meyer didn't merely procure, he anticipated. Borrowing to buy low, he'd sell high to the prince at an 8% commission, profiting twice, a maneuver we'd now dub front-running. Cynical? Undeniably, but effective. By 1782, Meyer managed William's vast fortune, amassing wealth that eclipsed Frankfurt's burghers. Transitioning to banking was mere formality, legitimacy cloaked avarice. By century's end, he was the city's richest soul, yet ambition gnawed. A single vault in Frankfurt was a crypt for legacy. Dynasties demand diaspora. Meyer's vision crystallized in progeny. 5 sons, forged in his image, dispatched like arrows from a quiver. Amschel to Frankfurt, Solomon to Vienna, Nathan to London, Karl to Naples, James to Paris. The emblem? 5 arrows bound unbreakable. Family unity above all, Meyer decreed on his deathbed in 1812, a mantra less sentimental than strategic. For in war's shadow, banks don't merely survive, they thrive. Enter Nathan Meyer Rothschild, the third arrow aimed at London's throbbing heart. Arriving in 1798 with 20,000 pounds paternal seed, Nathan faced a metropolis ablaze with industrial fury. Cotton mills belching smoke, the East India Company hoarding bullion, the Royal Navy's keels cleaving waves unchallenged. Textiles tempted first. Nathan tripled profits by monopolizing raw cotton, dyes, and manufacturing, undercutting rivals while smuggling bullion past Napoleon's continental system. By 1808, his ledger swelled to 800,000 pounds annually. Smuggling? Not vice, but virtue in a blockade's grip. But Nathan's genius ignited in 1811, amid Wellington's Peninsular Campaign. The Iron Duke, grinding Napoleon's legions in Spain, hungered for coin, French gold to pay redcoats and bribe locals. Nathan, ever the oracle, divined the need. He snapped up 800,000 pounds of East India bullion at auction, then smuggled it to the front via mules and fishing boats. Evading patrols with bribes and bravado. Wellington's bills bought at discount, redeemed at par. Profit astronomical. As Nathan later boasted, that was the best business I ever did. Cynics might quip, profiting from soldiers' sweat is the entrepreneur's creed. War as the ultimate bull market. By 1815, the Rothschild web hummed. Wars, once parochial, ballooned ideological. Napoleon's eagle versus coalition crowns. Britain, fiscal colossus, waged 6 conflicts in the century sans collapse. Her bank of 1694 a lodestar. The Rothschilds, intermediaries supreme. Their pan-European couriers, pigeons, relays of thoroughbreds, outpaced postal plotters, ferrying intelligence as currency. At Waterloo, legend, half-truth perhaps, whispers Nathan learned of Napoleon's route via private dispatch, 2 days ahead of London. Feigning despair on the exchange, he dumped consols, luring panic sales, then cornered the market as prices rebounded. 20 million pounds, some say, reaped in a fortnight. Exaggerated? Possibly. But the kernel endures. Information asymmetry is sovereignty's thief. wars minted Rothschilds. Currency exchange, once mundane, became speculative sorcery. Nations, starved for specie to fund bayonets or indemnities, paid 8% premiums for Rothschild drafts, guaranteed across borders by familial fiat. Yet commissions were mere cream, speculation the milk. Fluctuating rates amid sieges, a casino rigged for the house. Nathan, richest man alive by 1816, succumbed in 1836 at 58, an anomaly in a clan of centenarians. The Times eulogized one of the most important events for the city, perhaps for Europe. Hyperbole? No, the void he left echoed in markets, briefly. Leadership devolved to James in Paris, the youngest arrow, fiercely independent, schooled sharper than kin. Bonds and belligerence waned, competition nipped margins. James pivoted to rails, that 19th century vein of progress. From England's Stockton-Darlington in 1825, lines lacerated landscapes, hauling coal and cotton, knitting nations. Rothschild syndicates pooled capital, dispersed risk, funneled loans to track layers, trading bonds like opium dreams. Profits soared, James's Paris house rivaled Versailles in splendor. Yet disparity festered. While Rothschild vaults overflowed, proletariat starved, industrialists pressing the envelope for fortunes, as one chronicler sneered. Revolutions brewed, 1848's barricades from Paris to Vienna, cries for bread and ballots. French debt, bloated by defeats, teetered, mobs eyed financiers like vampires. James's bank buckled until Lionel's London lifeline. A bailout, familial fealty trumping fiduciary fear. Family unity, indeed, a cartel masquerading as kinship. Lionel de Rothschild, Nathan's son, embodied a sense apex and prejudice's lash. Elected to Parliament in 1847 as liberal for the city, he faced the oath's crucifix. Swearing on the New Testament? Anathema. Barred thrice, he wielded wealth as wedge, buying press, courting Whigs, until 1858's Emancipation Act seated him, first practicing Jew in the Commons. Monumental, assuredly. Yet cynical eyes discern motive. Not altruism, but access, lobbying levers to safeguard the house. By mid-century, rails receded, new rivals stirred. American bankers, unscarred by Europe's vendettas, eyed transatlantic spoils. The Rothschild edge, information's velocity, dulled in telegraph's glare. Yet the dynasty endured, pivoting to mines, metallurgy, bonds eternal. But whispers persist, shadows lengthening. Did Rothschild gold dictate destinies? The Bank of England's charter, 1694's brainchild, birthed central banking specter, fiat fiefdoms, sovereigns suppliant to usurers. The Rothschilds' midwives? Their loans to coalitions starved Napoleon of specie, tilting Waterloo. Later, Crimean carnage, Franco-Prussian fratricide, financed forthwith, fees fattening. America resisted longest. The first bank, 1791 to 1811, Jefferson's dread dissolved amid Republican revolt. The second, 1860-1836, Jackson's Hydra, slain by veto. Lincoln's greenbacks, war's exigency, spurned private coin, until his bullet silenced the scheme. The Federal Reserve, 1913's midnight birth, centralized control anew. Rothschild tendrils rumored in Jekyll Island's cabal. Cynicism compels confession, coincidence or choreography. Wars demand debt, debt demands banks, banks demand centralization. The Rothschilds didn't invent the game, they perfected it. Family as fortress against fortune's flux. Today echoes in IMF edicts, ECB edicts, globalism's gospel, sovereignty's sarcophagus. Thus concludes our ledger of the Rothschilds on the stateless standard. A dynasty not of blood but of bonds, unbreakable, insidious. If their web ensnares your suspicions, comment. Waterloo windfall or mere myth? Like if you're auditing your assets, subscribe for more dissections of debt's dominion and share with one soul still wagering on the house. Fortune favors the forewarned, legacy the liberated. Until next we tally the toll, remain uncollateralized, fade to fiscal fog.